And we are back again here at the Berean Post Studies in the Gospel of Mark. Welcome back. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. I'm Dwayne, and as I always say before the beginning of every episode, this is my journey. Not chasing applause, not repeating cliches, but at the Berean Post, the aim is simple. We want to hear the word as the first readers did, raw, disruptive, and demanding a response. And today, we are in Mark chapter 1, verses 35 to 39. So Jesus has just had a night of stunning success, right? The whole town was at the door, and what he does next would have shocked his first readers and should unsettle us as well, too. Let's just go ahead and jump into the text. We're looking at Mark chapter 1, verses 35 to 39. Now, in the morning, having risen a long while before the day, he went out and departed to a solitary place. And there he prayed, and Simon and those who were with him searched for him. And when they found him, they said to him, "Everyone is looking for you." But he said to them, "Let's go to the next towns, that I may preach there also, because for this purpose I have come forth." And he was preaching in their synagogues throughout Galilee and casting out demons. So, again, let's get some context. The night before, we got to picture it. Simon's little house was bursting with people. The sick were crowding the door, demons shrieking, healings left and right. The whole town shows up. And by any measure, let's face it, this is a successful service. Now, if it were me, okay, if it were us, we'd be saying like day 2, build the brand, pack the place again, flyers, live stream, hashtag, we'd ride the wave, right? But what does Jesus do? Very early in the morning, while it's still dark, it says he got up to a solitary place and he was praying. Now, Mark's wording here is strong. It means deep in the night in the original language. Deep in the night, he got up to pray. Jesus now after working, ministering all day, Jesus is now sacrificing sleep to be with the Father. Not a quick, quiet time. The imperfect verb means he kept praying ongoing. And here's the shock for the first readers. Remember who they are. Mark is writing to a Greek Roman audience. Gods in the world didn't pray. Leaders didn't walk away from momentum. But Jesus does both. He chooses dependence over applause. Meanwhile, okay, we got Simon and the others, and they're like in total panic. Mark says they hunted him down, not casually checked, but they were in a panic. They were aggressively pursuing him like prey. They're trying to find him. Where is he? Where is he? And when they find him, they scold. They like everybody's looking for you. Okay, so here's the translation. Jesus, the crowd's hot. Don't blow it. This is our big moment. And honestly, this is ministry culture today. I've been in those pastor gatherings. The first questions are always, how big is your church? How many people came last Sunday? Not how many people are actually becoming like Jesus. We've been trained to measure by the wrong scoreboard. Anyways, so here's where Jesus shatters expectations. He says, let's go to the next towns, for this is why I came. No encore. No numbers report. No chasing the hype. He refuses to be boxed in by crowds or by his disciples' agenda. He looks where he goes, and look where he goes. He doesn't go to the big cities, doesn't go to the big synagogues. But the word is, in the Greek, little towns, little villages nobody bragged about. We call that a bad strategy, but Jesus called it obedience. His mission isn't crowd management. It's proclamation, to herald the kingdom. That's the scoreboard. Mark's first readers would have been they would have been stunned. A leader who walks away from success. The son of God, a son of God who is dependent on prayer. And a mission aimed at forgotten towns instead of the big prestigious cities. And we should be stunned too, because if we're honest, we ride the momentum until it burns us out. We chase numbers like Pharisees counting converts. We measure ministry by attendance and not by transformation. But Jesus, that's not the scoreboard. Obedience to the Father is. Mark doesn't give us a hype driven Jesus. He gives us a king who refuses to ride the wave of popularity and instead chooses the wilderness prayer and obedience. Once again, thanks for joining me here at the Berean Post, and I always invite you to visit thebereanpost.ca, sign up, dig deeper, and most importantly, open up Mark 1 for yourself, be a Berean, test everything, and accept only the authority of Scripture. Next time, we're going to see Jesus touch a man that nobody dared to touch, and purity will flow backwards. Until then, stay rooted in the Word and ask yourself, whose scoreboard are you living for? The crowd's applause or the Father's approval?